Hey guys, GM or GM Solo here today with another video. Today, let me fix my eyebrows. Let me fix my eyebrows and my hat. Should I put my hat like yeah. But today we're gonna be eating some potato cheese. I made this earlier. This shit busting. And this right here, Popeye. Oh my gosh, one of the potatoes fell out. Luckily, I got my mat here. But today we're gonna be watching the illegal dangers of TikTok Shop. Sorry if I'm not talking a lot because I'm eating. I'm really hungry. Got my water right here and my Popeye. So let's get into it. Something got in my mouth.
How is it that after what feels like every 2 seconds on TikTok, they're
And sorry if the mic is loud. I wanted it to be louder today, so it doesn't have to be in my face, all the time.
trying to sell you something? Literally anything they can sell, they will try to sell to you. From these turbo fan shower heads, the socket.
One thing before we get into here, have you guys bought from the TikTok Shop? I have. I've gotten like these cheap ass fucking hats for like 10 cents, a bunch of them, and free shipping. But that's just hats, so I haven't bought like anything really big. I bought clippers, trimmers, but I had them and I lost them, sadly. But they were good.
Get fan light, rice dispensers, egg dispensers, $29 go-karts, to the insanely popular hair curlers. I mean, it doesn't have to be those specific products, but you get the point. They find something that fits on your For You page and show it to you about 80,000 times. And guys, I can't lie, I too am a victim of TikTok Shop. I bought a water ear cleaner that I haven't even opened up, but just because the woman that was using it looked like she was having an orgasm, and I also want to know how it feels like to have an orgasm from some water in your ear. Again, another unopened product I bought, a slushy maker. I think that's a squeeze cup that I'm definitely going to use for making slushies, not for anything else, because nothing else fits in there. But you guys get the point. I'm a victim too, so I have a little personal beef with this topic. Well, I decided to do a deep dive on TikTok Shop, and it turns out there's a whole strategy on how the TikTok Shop actually works that's actually very malicious and dangerous. From pure scams like these $29 go-karts, to goods possibly made from forced labor in China, and even substandard products like the hundreds of fake and potentially harmful cosmetic products being sold, or worse, prescription drugs advertised with no proper warnings as
Yeah, there's so much fake shit on there. But I've gotten the real shit most, like 90% of the time. Where I put my? Yeah, I got the real shit 90% of the time I was on TikTok Shop. Oh my god.
required by the FDA. So as you can see, this Reddit post supporting what I was saying about prescription drugs being sold on TikTok Shop was in fact deleted. But I did find a video of another creator ranting about how she got an ad for Zofran. Zofran being a prescribed drug. And I'll play a little clip of that.
I just got a TikTok Shop ad for a medicine that I used to be on for nausea, and they would literally put chemo patients on it, and it was prescription only, and you had to get refill. And now they're selling it on TikTok Shop. I'm a little concerned here. This doesn't feel legal or right, or...
Not only are you helping the environment, you get paid too. Recycle.
Just like that Reddit post, the creator is alleging that you could find this prescription drug here on TikTok Shop. Though I tried looking it up and I didn't find it. I don't know if it's based or what, but just to be completely honest, I personally did not find Zofran on TikTok Shop. So a clear Wild West with a lot to talk about. And I'm definitely going to go over the scams that each of those items are involved with. But first I want to talk about how many ads you actually are seeing on your For You page, and why that's a deliberate thing.
My bad, y'all. My bad. Let's continue watching the video. I'm gonna put my legs up just for maximum comfort. Maximum comfort while watching the video, Here comes Jalen.
A psychological game by TikTok and its creators that you cannot win. With that being said, my name is Tuv. I make morbid documentaries here on this channel, and if you aren't subscribed, don't even worry about that. I promise I'll earn your subscription by the end of this video. Like I said in the intro, we're going to be talking about the dangers of TikTok Shop. First, we'll talk about the psychological games, users versus creators versus the algorithm. Then, we'll talk about counterfeits and more. Then, scams for everyone. And lastly, unethical sourcing. So let's head on to the first segment.
If you guys got scammed in the comments, let me know. I want to hear about your experience. I've been scammed. Not from TikTok, just from other websites. I've been scammed, like, I think a couple times. I'm not going to lie. Then I became the scammer when I was younger. That shit caught up, bro. Don't be scamming or anything like that, guys. It's just gonna catch up.
Psychological games.
I
Users
got
versus
lucky.
creators versus the algorithm. Vox, the media house, did a piece on shady advertisers on TikTok sometime in 2022, and I think what they found is a perfect segue into the whole psychological game thing, specifically trust, or more the abuse of it. While doing that piece, they went over a bunch of videos that found that some creators were not really disclosing pieces of content that were ads, as it's required by the FCC, and suffered no consequences for that at all. This is one example of the videos they unearthed. On the creator's timeline, it looks like your regular normal video with nothing more to it other than a brother and sister playing pranks on each other. However, it turned out to have been a full-on advertisement for a brand, the Joker Prank Shop. The hashtag at the end of the caption partly references that. The gun that the girl is using is what is being advertised. It was one of the products by the shop and could be bought at your local Walmart, a fact clearly demonstrated in the video. Now, the whole thing was the work of Influencer Marketing Factory, a marketing agency that, according to Vox, had run other adverts with lots of other influencers in different niches that were never disclosed to be ads as well. And honestly, hats off to Sarah Morrison, the journalist behind the expose, because she gave several very clear examples of the same thing happening with other creators all over the place. There's one where Charli D'Amelio, for instance, promoted a drink, Muse, by replying to a follower without properly disclosing that she was a brand partner to Muse.
This one's pretty simple. They're really good and I really like them, and they have a lot of different flavors and a lot of health benefits. So
She never used the branded content label as required by TikTok. She just tagged the brand. So to any more of the 140 million followers she had at the time, this could have been passed off as her genuinely enjoying Muse. I'm speculating though. Then there's also one where Patrick Minor, also known as A. Patrick, on several alleged occasions, simply prominently displayed drinks by the Bang brand, including Vooz, in videos that had no ad disclosure whatsoever. In one specific example, he does a personality test quiz in front of a bathroom mirror while the drink is in clear view. The only thing that could hint at it being an ad was the hashtag Vooz Hydrate that he places at the end of the caption. Now I'm pretty sure we get the deal. You need to describe it being an ad in order for it to be legal. You can't just put hashtag hydrated and expect it to go over well. I mean, we did talk about Kim Kardashian being fined $1.26 million by the FCC for failing to properly disclose a crypto ad back in 2021. That was in this video I made, every single influencer who promoted a crypto scam, but I'm sure
Fuck. I remember FaZe had one. And like FaZe K and his like little brother, like I think they got kicked out of FaZe. I remember when FaZe had their like they've had their shit, bro. I really like Playboy Max and Silky and Lacey. And Jason. Jason's one of the funniest. I think Jason's probably my second after Plague. But I feel like they had a change, and like I feel like I'm sorry if I'm talking with my mouth full. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. This food's good though. I made it. But let's get into this video, bro.
I'm sure you guys get the point. An influencer promoting something and not disclosing it as an ad is just morally wrong and scummy and actually illegal. So that video that I mentioned regarding the Joker Prank Shop is actually a good reference to this because it's a case of a minor, the girl, advertising a product to kids without disclosure that it's an advertisement. I mean, how do you win against that? In fact, even disregarding targeting kids for a minute, how would you, an adult, differentiate between someone who's just showcasing a product that they happen to use in their daily life from someone trying to get you to buy something so they get their commission or because they've already been paid to do so?
I've been using Epidemic Sound as my go-to resource for background music and sound effects for the last 6 years since I grew my YouTube channel from one.
But I understand like why people would be mad about the weight loss, like faking the weight loss thing and shit with these fake pills and shit. Cause I used to be a bigger person and I understand how hard it was to lose weight, and everything. It's like. Like people don't understand, and when you're really like somebody who's trying to lose weight and you can't, and you get these fake products from these fake TikTok channels and everything, that like that fucks with you, bro. You know, you never think you think you're never gonna get skinny, bro, but you'll be skinny one day. I don't know what happened to me, but I lost a lot of weight. I think it was because I was depressed.
It's probably impossible without obvious disclosure. And just to be clear, the FCC requires a use of a hashtag, for instance, hashtag advertisement, hashtag sponsored, or hashtag ad right before the caption begins, or in the content before the view more button on TikTok captions. And for good measure, creators are generally encouraged to use the branded label on TikTok to disclose brand partnerships. In 2023, the FCC also said if a video is a partnership or sponsored, this also has to be made clear in the video itself, both in written or verbal terms. Whether someone is watching the video on mute or not, it should be obvious. Who's really promoting these items on TikTok? Well, I'm gonna let you guys know. Based on being on the internet for over a decade, I can confidently say it's people that want your money, okay? It's people that want commission. It's really rare, but yeah, I'm not gonna say it doesn't exist, but this is really rare where a person is genuine and they're like, hey, I got this thing and it works. Nowadays, it is extremely rare. If you're being shown something, it's probably going to be an ad. And yes, people are scummy and they don't put that it's an ad in these new videos that you guys are watching, especially with TikTok Shop giving commission to anyone that promotes that given product. But then psychological tactics don't end there. Where trust can't reach, TikTok's algorithm for sure gets to go. One of the best ways I've seen the algorithm described, and which is arguably true, is that it's quote addictive and anti-aesthetic, end quote. The addictive part is sort of obvious because how else would anyone explain the 95 minutes a day that the average user spends on the app, or even the approximate 19 times that such a user opens the app per day. The anti-aesthetic bit though is what I found curious and what really ties into the whole bit that I just described, and also arguably fuels the likelihood of a regular TikTok user being deceived by an ad. Think of it this way. The fact that TikTok is largely UGC and runs on informality, that's the kind of content we're likely to not associate with regular ads as seen on other platforms. The informality seems to be what blurs the line between a regular post and an ad post. The ads we are seeing on TikTok aren't full-fledged professional camera. The ads nowadays is a middle-aged woman on her phone saying that, yo, this cup is pretty cool. It blends in with your entire For You page. You don't know if you're looking at an ad or not. I feel like I've gotten that point across pretty clear. But now let's talk about if you keep seeing those ads. As an LA Times reporter put it, while one random video advertising something might not get you to cave in, seeing that same video 10 or 20 times that look like real life testimonials about the same item might just become enough to get anyone spending. So in short, the psychological tactics used by TikTok really revolve around building trust to creators that act like your random neighbor or friend or recommending something, and an algorithm that learns you at a very detailed level and then begins hammering you with those same ads over and over until you cave. And even if you don't cave, well, you're still seeing the ads. There's a chance you will cave. And that's what...
Well, bad if I'm not talking, but I think I'm finished with this for now. I'm gonna finish this and I'll eat that probably later.
TikTok Shop wants. It wants you to cave. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, on my For You page, I feel like I open up TikTok to an ad, and I scroll once, I get like a regular TikTok. Then I scroll again, I get a live. Then I scroll again, I get a commission brand TikTok. I scroll again, I get a regular TikTok. Then I feel like I get another creator commission thing.
It's like 30,000. You get like when I'm on TikTok, I get like we're selling this, blah 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 blah, or somebody talking about a product. It's either one, we're selling this, or somebody's trying to sell a product to you. Like it's either the business owner or some person trying to sell products from their business. I don't know. But TikTok is filled with ads now. Like ads everywhere. I think TikTok is just getting more ads. Everything's getting more ads, and everything's going up in price. I think Netflix went up in price and shit. I don't know. Shit's been going up.
Like, it's so annoying, but is that gonna stop me from going on TikTok? Probably not. Yes, I am part of the problem, guys.
Me too.
I am aware, but I'm gonna try to do better. People have been complaining about that for a while, actually. Now, while what I have covered is the core of it, I don't believe it's all there is to the psychological games. There are other tactics that, although not inherently bad, strongly nudge users to buy stuff that they didn't even know they needed. There's an article, for instance, that has equated live selling on TikTok to QVC. And the thing with live selling, just like what happens with professional presenters on QVC, is that a creator can really create a one-to-one interaction that feels like just gossip with a friend. But even better, the creator, unlike polished TV hosts, is unfiltered, up close, and again, very informal in a way that doesn't feel like they're selling anything to you.
I have a girlfriend. Let me, I said, Ew, she's ugly. Fucking ugly ass bitch.
Psychology of price, where without going too much into it, TikTok covers some costs, like shipping costs, to keep the product cheaper and entice both shop owners and their customers. They even issue sales and coupons, which are honestly some of the oldest tricks in the book. Some sellers on TikTok have even been quoted saying they stopped listing on other platforms like Amazon, because not only are such platforms complicated and time-consuming to set up, but also lack incentives found on TikTok Shop that drive the prices really low and sales quite high. This is actually a sort of controversial take, but we'll dive more into that once we go over the whole ethical bits of cheaply priced stuff. And you're probably wondering, well, if we aren't winning on TikTok Shop, then who is? We obviously know that the seller is, but what about those creators that have the commission? Are they making good money? The answer is yes, sometimes. Okay, I've seen some people on my For You page being like, yo, new hoodie, you should get it. And the comments are like, bro, did not even try. But there are some people that are really good at selling, and they're really good at, I'm not gonna say lying, but they're really good at selling stuff to you. This guy, for instance, Brandon Hurst, aka Brandon the Plant Guy, said that in just a couple of months, he sold about 30,000 plants on TikTok Shop via live selling. That's more plants than he had ever sold for the 3 years he had been running his business before joining the platform. There's also another TikTok Shop owner, the CEO of Ocean Healed My Eczema, who said that in just 3 months, he was able to sell over $1 million worth of products on the platform. And one of the influencers working to push the eczema cream, Caitlin Bupre, after she made this video and a couple of others, said that in one particular month, she made $20,000 just from commissions.
Is it real? Is it real? I think my sister got eczema. I might need to get it. Is that real though?
But clearly, there's a lot of money to be made, and I see why there's a lot of young people hopping on the TikTok Shop train. Counterfeits and more. What's worse than psychological games though? Oh yeah, the product not living up to the hype. However, even worse are the fakes. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but I'm just gonna put it on the screen and say it. Coarse Snail Mucin is a great example of this. This was a popular cream, and still is, that came from a Korean skincare trend of using snail mucus to heal the skin. Besides whether it works or not, it just went viral. And soon enough, the original thing got so many copycats that finding the genuine product on TikTok was like walking in a minefield. I mean, you can find videos of creators trying to help differentiate between the real and fake thing, but then right under such videos, some users seem to blur the lines even further. The creator is saying the real cream is sticky, but then a follower alleges that theirs was sticky but ended up being fake. Right under that comment, another user seems to wonder which one is the real one. Now, regarding that specific brand, Coarse Snail Mucin, there were reports that the fake product sold quite a lot and it was quick money to some shop owners. One seller moved 37,000 bottles at $5 each, while another moved 40,000 bottles for about $15 each. Now, the video I just talked about is just one among many others that try to warn users about the fakes. But then what's more concerning, despite the inability to rule out the fakes, is the uncertainty of what is in them. What really is in that fake cream bottle that you're putting on your face? As one user put it, if it's not snail mucin, then what is it? A totally valid question when some of these stores were selling the bottles for up to $25. Like I said, there were a bunch of fakes, so you could find the price range be from $5 to even $25 or more. Also, what are the chances that the fakes and the real thing have the same ingredients? There's a reason the real is more costly. I'm no expert in this, but I checked, and if previous studies are anything to go by, then there's definitely a difference between the real and the fake. And this of course poses great risks for harm. For example, there was a time when it was found that counterfeit cosmetics can have as much as 19 times more lead than is legal. They can also contain chemicals like arsenic, which causes cancer, mercury, and aluminum, both of which are toxic, and even weirdly, animal feces. Yup, because those who make these cheap versions of products cut corners to do it. They're likely to have unsanitary conditions where animal feces ending up as an ingredient is not unheard of. And just to stretch the point here, anyone should be highly suspicious if something that usually costs $25 is 5 times less its original price at only $5. The study I was talking about actually talks of a situation where a sting operation that included the FBI in its execution found that MAC lipsticks that were being sold all over at discounted prices had as much as 300 times the amount of lead that is legally approved in the US. The report of course ended up strongly cautioning against such products simply because these differences in chemical concentration with the real product can be at times life-threatening. In short, while the fake...
Imagine your bitch die putting on makeup. Imagine, bro. Lame ahead, hoe.
product could list the same ingredients
I'm gonna
as
play
the real
some music in
one,
the
there's
background
normally
for
a
that.
difference, and a damning
nigga
one for
will
that
always
matter.
get
These
boring.
differences could even potentially cause health complications. Now, while we're on the topic of substandard and potentially dangerous products, I might as well bundle in two things that I found alarming as well. One, there's apparently a growing concern over kids getting cosmetic products from TikTok that aren't suitable for them at all. CBS reported, for instance, that impressionable kids end up buying these, quote, brightly packaged creams, lotions, and serums, end quote, from their favorite influencer and then
Damn,
develop
killing
side
these
effects
kids.
like rashes because the ingredients in the products are not safe for kids. Specifically, things like retinol and glycolic acid are meant for older skin
what you
and can
doing
work
to the
well on it, but
kids.
are damaging to younger complexions. This is something dermatologists actually confirmed. Now, while this isn't a case of a fake or substandard product, it simply points out a problem which I mentioned earlier. Kids are being influenced on the platform, particularly because they couldn't be more loyal to their favorite influencer. And look, to my young viewers who are watching this video right now, first of all, probably shouldn't be buying stuff Brent Rivera is telling you to buy. I'm just kidding, I don't know if he does TikTok shop stuff, he probably does. But also, don't buy stuff that you can ingest or put on your body. Maybe if you're buying like an iPhone holder, you're probably gonna get scammed, but okay. But seriously, actually, this doesn't even go to my young viewers.
I think I got scammed on
Please
Alibaba. I
don't
bought
buy
a phone
cream
case
on
and
TikTok
stuff,
shop.
man.
Don't buy the special soda, TikTok soda.
If
I
you
don't know
guys
if that's
didn't
a
hear
thing,
me,
but there was like
hold
that
up.
pink sauce, a couple of.
I bought a fucking iPhone case on Alibaba like I think 3 months ago, and it still hasn't came. I'm mad as fuck, bro. I got this. Excuse me, I got this pink ass case, bro. When I bought a fucking case like 3 months ago, and it still hasn't came, bro. Hopefully it comes today.
Last year, 2 years ago, I don't even remember how long that was, but I feel like that should be a rule of thumb. But if it's not already, don't buy anything you put on your body or ingest. That should be a rule of thumb. Let's keep
I bought
going.
a candy,
A big part of
though,
this issue, according to reports, is that the Get Ready
Skittles
With Me
look good.
videos, which apparently are sometimes
Y'all ever want those TikTok Skittles, bro? That shit like that. You bite it and it just smash in your mouth. No homo. But I don't know. The Skittles look good. The freeze dried ones, man. Some of them got dipped in yogurt too. I always wanted to get some. I'm not gonna lie.
done by influencers as young as 9, has many children viewers, and kids as young as 8 are getting sold into these multi-step skincare routines that have them buying quite expensive
I don't
products
think
like
it's just
Sephora
8.
and Mecca.
Like
There's actually a whole thing that
6
came out of videos
probably.
like this. People began to wonder if kids should really be using skincare products from the likes of Drunk Elephant in the first place. Vice, for example,
Yeah.
asked an actual dermatologist about it, and in general, the answer was that some bits of skincare products could lead to sensitive skin in kids that would be difficult to treat down the road. Anyway, before we get sucked into the skincare and skinfluencer rabbit hole, basically, as I said earlier, the point is that there are psychological tactics
Kids
to selling
shouldn't
to
be wearing
users
makeup
that have no
anyway,
chance of
though.
winning, and kids are even worse in that regard.
If you're looking to get a degree in IT or cybersecurity, UMGC is waiving their application fee through August
Bro,
29th.
I'm kidding. You're
Low
probably
cost
cool,
tuition.
bro.
And this brings me to the other thing I found
You're probably
concerning,
cool, bro.
fake reviews. It's obviously one thing to see UGC videos recommending something without disclosing it as an ad, but then it is totally a whole other level if the comments on such video are fake. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because there's a Fortune report which found that TikTok Shop had vendors that had been previously kicked off of Amazon for the shady practice of exchanging products for reviews. An example is Saka Precision Manufacturing with its brands Taotronics and Vava. Same thing with this company, which I'm gonna butcher that name if I pronounce it, and its popular brand of headphones, MPOW. Now I've dwelled a bit on the cosmetic product. I pronounce it, and its pop.
Hey y'all, screenshot this. I'm finna do a product review. Wait, hold up. Let me get my snipper out. I'm gonna get my snipper. Hold up. I'm gonna ask them if I can review something for them. Yes, sir. You know what I'm talking about. Shoot. Shoot. Let me get that. Hey, so these new headphones are so cool. Blah blah. Yeah. You know.
popular brand of headphones, MPOW. Now I've dwelled a bit on the cosmetic products because they're really a hot commodity on TikTok and everywhere else too, but there are other many categories of products where the same thing is happening, and I'm talking about them being substandard or just dangerous. The Sun, a popular UK publication for example, reported a case where a lady named Annie had her TikTok hair curler explode while it was quote plugged in and switched off. That's obviously the worst case scenario, or maybe near worst case scenario. I mean, she wasn't holding it while it exploded,
okay?
luckily. But the thing is, it could have. It turned out that for such products, in the UK at least, there's no legal obligation for online marketplaces to make sure that the items on their platforms are safe for people to use. They can sell almost
Oh yeah, nah, them niggas sound like Fredo.
anything and everything. That's unlike regular stores like supermarket.
Bro, you can probably get some gas out there, what? Nigga, take that TikTok shot from bio, bro. We got that gas all low.
Which need to do thorough tests. That's probably why there have been warnings that TikTok Shop could just be another way for millions of cheap products to make their way to consumers without much scrutiny. I mean, how else do you explain the mini car trash going for 37 cents, a $16 computer desk, or even 3-piece sand sheets going for just $8.43? I'd also bet that's the same reason a bunch of people are buying counterfeit products.
But this hat was 10 cents. I don't smell no Chinese virus on this bitch. I've had this bitch for a while, bruh. I bought like a bunch of hats up there for 10 cents. And they were good. These were 10 cents. Hey. I don't know. I might have to not wear. I like. Tell me what's going on.
And not knowing that they're counterfeit. For example, remember the Stanley Cup? Well, besides the love-hate relationship most people have with it, it's a prime example of how cheap can go hand in hand with fake. According to some, what seemed like great deals, coupons, and sales of the genuine cup turned out to be them just falling for fake stuff that looked really close to the originals. And the problem, as framed by this user, is that those who never knew what
I mean, it's just a fucking cup. Clean the bitch out before you use it.
the original thing was supposed to look like, went on to share and sort of become micro-influencers for the fake stuff. This of course would get these products in front of a lot more people, and the cycle just kept repeating itself. Now I'm pretty sure I've already brought up the idea that these tactics used by TikTok and creators cut across multiple product categories. However, I'm bringing it up again because, as mentioned in this Fortune article, not only does the sheer volume of products under each subcategory, for instance, become overwhelming in terms of choice, but it also acts as grounds for a lot of listings that are just not true or tailored for search engines. And
I've been seeing like some like chocolate like THC bars on there and shit, and like lotus flower smoke it. I wonder how that shit is, bro. I don't know if, should I try it? I'm kind of broke right now, so it's gonna have to wait, you know.
and not people. I'll expand on that in a bit, but first, something I found interesting also mentioned in this article is that rather weirdly, TikTok Shop doesn't list the brand name before someone clicks on the product. What they show instead, and very generously, are the products in free shipping, the ones in red and green colors. Then next to the product, there are numbers to show how many times the product has been sold. Also a countdown clock for the hours it's on sale, and in general, a setup that creates
$2
a
sale
sense
for
of urgency about
fucking
buying the item. And I'm not
powder?
saying that's evil or illegal. A bunch of websites do that. They
excuse
put
me,
a fake
but-
countdown to get you to buy. But I figured I'd just mention that if I'm already making
Yeah,
a
that is
video on
shady
TikTok
as
Shop.
fuck.
Anyway, when I talk
Temu
listings
does
that are
that
true,
shit.
what I mean is something like this description: women's 3-piece high-waist workout shorts.
Yeah. Hey, it's just pants, so
Butt lifting, tummy control, rugged, I don't know how to say that word, rugged butt smile yoga short pants. That's definitely not a real product, just a compilation of phrases to trick the algorithm into praising that specific product. Now, because of the sheer volume of items on TikTok Shop as a whole, it's likely that such things would go
big booty pants. That's what you call it, big boo.
undetected, given maybe the company could be dealing with bigger fish, like influencers that fail to disclose sponsored posts and ads. Scams for everyone. What comes out of this though, and a segue to the next dangerous bit of TikTok shop, are the outright
Hey.
scams. Here for
Hey.
instance, the
You
guy
ain't finna
going
scam
by
me.
Kernel Dump bought a charging station, only for it to turn out to be really low quality, like too flimsy to even hold the phone. So a sort of misrepresenting listing, right?
Yeah, that shit look plastic as fuck. Like, why would you trust a man with a man bun?
Well, yeah, but there's more. When he went back on TikTok to check out the seller, he found that the store had closed down.
Oh, he's the one that said it was cheap. Okay, I respect you, my guy. Nice glasses.
And it did so after selling about 150 pieces of that item. This actually turns out to be a weird issue because it even puts TikTok itself in a weird spot.
I cannot live without this plugin.
Probably
This
does.
is Arcade by Output. Let me show you why this will revolutionize your workflow. This thing has
Sorry for the ads, y'all.
How? Well, TikTok requires shops to issue a full refund within 30 days if the product is faulty or for whatever other valid reason the buyer wants to send it back. But then, what happens if the shop the user bought it from closes down? Because even though TikTok says such a shop needs to fulfill its duty to buyers up to 90 days after its last product was sold and delivered, how do the buyers contact the shop once it's closed? See what I mean? Even worse, what happens if the shop sells 150 items of a banned item, like I just showed you on that Kernel Dump video, and then it gets shut abruptly by TikTok themselves? Where is the buyer supposed to get their refund from? In an investigation, The Sun found cases that were exactly like that. Merchants simply going AWOL on buyers. And not just going AWOL, which I mean closing their shop after products have shipped, like in the case I just showed you. No, we're talking of shops that sell products, then just straight up close down without even sending the product to buyers. Now, whether the sellers get taken down willingly
Yo, put me on. Alright.
or get taken down for selling copyrighted products, it's still a dangerous and annoying thing for the buyer to experience. Also, while what I've just talked about can be a gray line between intentional scamming or just a misunderstanding between dropshippers and TikTok, this next one is outright theft. I'm talking about such incidences where the merchants issue a fake tracking number such that the item will quote get delivered, but not to the actual buyer. And to be fair to TikTok, the fake tracking number scam isn't unique to them. Amazon, for instance, has had legitimate merchants complain that there are third-party sellers that list items similar to theirs and then pull off this scam on unsuspecting customers. They don't deliver to the actual customer. Rather, they send it to a random address within the same zip code, and then when the customer
That's crazy. I never do that right there. I would never.
complains and asks for a refund due to Amazon policies, the fault goes to the carrier, which means both the fake merchant and the buyer get to keep the money. I'm not sure if that's exactly how it happens on TikTok, but what's for sure is that it happens quite often. The lady ordered the viral crisscross chair, this one, which was going for $13, which is already very suspicious.
That's
And
crazy.
she was given a fake tracking number.
That's
She of
crazy.
course never got the chair, although she did dispute the transaction with the bank.
Why
It
they
was supposedly
do
$13,
that
and I
to
know
her?
if it sounds too good to be true, it's probably a scam. But you know me, I thought that somehow maybe they
Why
messed
would
up
she
and they were
think
gonna go
she'd
ahead
get
and
a
overprice it.
$12
Well, I was
chair,
excited
though?
when I saw that they had shipped something, and I was tracking my chair, and then all of a sudden it says that my item had been delivered, but it really hadn't been delivered. So I come to find
my
out
God,
that they
a
gave me a
$12
fake
gaming
tracking
chair.
number. They gave me
$12
literally
gaming
a
chair.
fake tracking
Or-
number. So I was never ever gonna get something. And now that I remember that picture that that UPS takes, that box was way too small to even be a chair.
You're not getting a
So,
$12 gaming chair,
obviously, I
missus.
disputed that because if they thought they were going to get away with my $13, they're not. I'd rather lose $13.
Oh,
I'd rather give them away,
$13.
and I
One
wouldn't
more
let no
do-
one scam me. So be careful, and if you do get scammed, make sure you call your bank and dispute the charge.
But I'm not sure everyone else would be quick enough to realize it's a scam and call their bank. I mean, comments on that video show just how frequently this happens, and I'm willing to bet a lot of people, like the guy who ordered a charging station, would just let it go. It is just a few bucks, right? Now, in an even weirder twist, there are merchants that seem to try every trick in the book to get away with saying they got the item delivered. This case here, for instance, is pretty bizarre, because after sharing how she got scammed while buying course, the
Is this young Mrs. over 18? I'm not saying anything.
cream that we talked about earlier, this creator got sent an empty package. Now,
I have a girlfriend.
go on and on, but I'm sure you get the point I'm trying to make. There are a lot of cases where people have been scammed by either products that are nothing like the
This nigga was crying. Yo, you're supposed to do that with the cameras off. You scammed me. Oh my god.
listing or that never even get shipped at all. But then it doesn't stop there. It turns out that even creators themselves somehow get scammed in the process, and what I'm about to explain should also answer the question as to how new TikTok shops with barely any followers can very quickly gain traction and end up scamming a lot of people. So the case involves a brand known as Sud Scrubs. According to one of their people, they had been wondering how fake TikTok shops were able to rip off people with fake scrubs while having no followers but using the brand's original pictures and videos. Well, their investigation found that these fake shops would send products for review to small creators and ask them to make promotional content for them. To the creator, they're just making a legitimate video for a brand they think is legitimate as well. In the real sense though, the fake shop is using the creator as a way to gain legitimacy among not only the specific creator's audience, but also the audience in the wider platform. That's how they're able to get people to buy from them that quickly. And what do the creators get from it? Well, yes, the commissions. These fake shops use the TikTok affiliate program in order to get creators to agree to work with them. And again, most of these small creators usually have no idea that what they are promoting are fake merchants ripping off the original brands that are actually on TikTok themselves. Truly a Wild West, as I said.
Google Fi Wireless has flexible phone plans that keep your family safe and connected. There are plans for any budget, and you'll save even more when you get a phone on us with every new line you add. Get the coverage and connectivity you need.
Now, even worse than small creators can end up getting scammed from said commissions. Ow? Well, this is how it goes down according to one such creator, Brittany K. Woods. A brand, one of the fake ones of course, reaches out via WhatsApp or Gmail and asks to work with the creator. Apparently they are very insistent and persuasive. In her case, they wanted her to promote some bodysuits in exchange for commissions, and they wanted the whole thing done really fast. Excited to work with the brand, and due to the pressure they had on her, she made the video, sent it in, and also posted it on her own page. To her surprise, TikTok took the video down for a copyright violation. She had unknowingly promoted a fake product. And still, the guys who had contacted her, instead of just walking away, were apparently insisting they could work together on other things. Another creator, Manny Gillespie, I really hope I pronounced that right, brought up a very similar issue while also adding that part of her skepticism in working with these shops was clicking on the links they send. Apparently, there are cases of some people losing control of their social media accounts by clicking random links from such deals. Some have even had to pay the scammers to get their TikTok accounts back. Now, this creator also gives tips for other creators to not get scammed, and the gist of it is that dealing with brands might need to happen via direct interaction with their official TikTok accounts, not the Gmail or WhatsApp accounts. However, it seems that it could be hard to distinguish between fake brand accounts and real ones for some items. There are also situations where even if the deal goes through and TikTok does not take down videos made in collaboration, some brands just rip off the creators of their commissions. Rachel Carlisle is one such case. Apparently, she had worked with a certain unethical sourcing. Overall, what we've already been talking about is telling enough. TikTok shop can be a dangerous place.
Yeah, TikTok shop can be a dangerous place, bro. Thank you guys for watching. I gotta take a poop. I'm out of here.